in terms of playing it, in terms of, as you said, the quiet moment before the speaking that was left unsaid.
Yeah.
How did you work that, Kevin?
Well, what I did was I went back to when I first read it. And so I become the audience when I read it. And when I read it, I went, I couldn't believe that it had orchestrated itself to that thing. And I had that feeling on the couch. And so I knew if I played that straight, if I didn't wink at anybody, that these players did come, that's my corn. And I knew that was possible. And that's what I do when I look at movies. I put an audience on my shoulder. It's not like I don't understand, people that make a movie they don't understand or they're surprised that it was good. I try to make a movie when I start one, I can see why it would work. I can also tell sometimes during the process of when we're slipping away from what was good. And for as gentle a movie as Field of Dreams really is, what you really have to understand is the fine line that we had to play in order to people not reject us as a movie. Like, come on. And the real value of this movie, I get so much credit for this movie, and really it sits with Phil Robinson, who wrote it and directed it, kind of a non-athlete himself, but an artist. And, Phil Robinson is the architect of that movie. I tell a story, and I don't tell it often, but, they kept coming after me. I wasn't going to be able to do that movie. I was going to do Revenge, and I got into finally, Revenge kept getting pushed, and finally I had to put my foot down and say, look, if you don't get this movie together, I'm going to go to do this movie in the corn. That's what I'm going to do. And the guy said, I'll sue you. And I go, I figured that was the first thing coming out of your mouth. And we went at it, and I said, I heard you were smart. I heard you were a smart guy. Mm-hmm. I said, how come you can't figure this out? I said, we'll go to court or you figure it out. And he did. He figured it out. He goes, the day you ended that corn movie, 4 days later, you come to me on my set. That's when I stayed at the San Ysidro Ranch. I'll tell you that story someday. Mm-hmm. But I asked the director, why did you hold out for me so long? Why? And he said, well, and this is one of the greatest actors we've ever seen. He goes, they wanted me to do it with Robin Williams. And I said, Robin Williams is perfect. He said, yeah, but when I think of Robin, I think he does hear voices in the corn. And I don't want that. People don't believe you hear voices. And that was a really interesting, that's a director that makes a save. That's a Mariano Rivera,
Sure.
It's a save. He saved his movie because of his belief in an idea, not the quality of actor, because Robin Williams will never.
Of course.
This is a guy so special. But I was curious. I said, he's actually a bigger star than me, whatever. And he goes, I need somebody that you don't think hears voices.
And that would be you. I've never heard Robin Williams was considered for that role. That's unbelievable. And then you did it, and obviously we're talking about it today.
Yeah. It had gold dust on it when I read it, because I did that little intake of breath. Do you want to have a catch? And of course, I wept myself.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live, or download the Rich Eisen Show app.